Workflow anytime, anywhere. In this example, U-LINC is being leveraged to streamline the purchase order approval process, specifically to reduce the time between purchase order completion and approval. It also is helping to prevent accidental delivery or printing of a purchase order before it is actually finished and approved. Finally, U-LINC provides visibility into the progress being made during the approval process. The process begins when Jeff Block, the second company's purchasing agent, creates a purchase order for widgets from the Wilbur's Widgets company. On the purchase order entry window, Jeff enters his buyer ID and completes the remaining information to purchase 10 silver widgets at $10 each plus tax. Jeff then saves the purchase order. At this point, Jeff may or may not be completely done entering items on the purchase order, as he may have simply saved the progress made thus far. For this reason, U-LINC places the purchase order on hold and assigns Jeff a task to complete the purchase order. Note that the purchase order entry window now displays the workflow information and indicates that the purchase order is on hold. Clicking the hold checkbox shows a message that hold status changes are not allowed while a purchase order is in approval, and the checkbox is not changed. Meanwhile, Jeff receives an email indicating his assignment, which includes links both to the task window and also to the purchase order entry window in Dynamics GP. In this case, Jeff has no more items to add to the purchase order, so he follows the link to complete the task. The task window appears and Jeff takes a quick look before completing it. He notes that U-LINC has also displayed an approval progress status in SharePoint, so Jeff can see how far along the process is while waiting for approval. Across town on the golf course, Dan Caminos, the purchasing manager, receives an email on his mobile device assigning him an approval task. In addition to the customary web link to complete the task, this email includes the option to approve or reject the purchase order by sending an email response. It also includes a list of pertinent information for the purchase order, including individual line items. This way, Dan can simply review the purchase order information without having to be logged into Dynamics GP to review it. Dan quickly approves the purchase order. Since this is a small purchase amount, he is the final approver. Had this purchase order been for a larger amount, additional approvals would have been required from the controller and possibly even the CFO. A quick look at the U-LINC dashboard reveals the updated status of approval. Now that all the approvals have been received, U-LINC sends an email notification to Jeff stating that the purchase order has been approved. The hold is released and workflow is complete. When an invoice is received, it can now be matched against this purchase order. For more on invoice approval, see the Accounts Payable Transaction video demonstration. Thank you for watching U-LINC.